Alright, I thought I would show you guys some of the conifers I've recently repotted and a couple that still need to be repotted. So maples are mostly gone to sleep. I mean, you can see some of the leaves that have been burnt by the frost and freeze in the background. So I decided to move some of the smaller ones I had sitting here on down the pathway and put up some of my conifers I keep in pots, and I also decided to up pot a few because they were needing it. And just repotted them. I'll tell you what they are and we'll look at them a little closer. Let's see what we got here. But before we go to conifers, let's just stay with this one now that it's lost its leaves. It's even prettier to me. There's my Bihou. Sitting here with these conifers is really pretty. I have that one in a pot with some really good draining medium. Because I don't want it to die. They tend to die, especially in our region. They don't like to be too wet. But yeah, I don't want it to become a Bihou. I don't want my Bihou to become a boohoo. So let's try to keep it a little freer draining and watch it closer. That's why I'm keeping that one in a pot, because I love that tree. This is a tree that was way ready for a 1 gallon up pot to a 2 gallon. And it's probably, once I find a spot, I'm going to put it in the ground. But that's a Sarah Rachel. That's a Pinus strobus, I think. So that's an Eastern White Pine. Yep. Right next door was a 1 gallon that was falling apart in the nursery pot, the little cheap ones. So I just decided to put it in one of these nicer heavy duty pots here. What is this one? Oh, what does that say? Vetek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's a Japanese white pine. It is really pretty. The white pines, where there's Eastern white pine, Japanese white pine, all have really, really soft needles, super soft. Right next door, I think I showed this in my other video, but is a, it's some sort of Hinoki Cypress. Let's see. It's got a cultivar name. Verdoni. Again, probably not pronouncing that right. But it's very thick, very full. Got this at a nursery up in Oak Ridge. This is part of a birthday gift. Really nice. We love Hinokis. Right here, I have one in the ground and one in a pot. I've had this one in a pot for a while, this year. Another Eastern pine, white pine, Pinus strobus, blue shag. This is one of my favorites. So blue, but very soft. Right next door is one of my, everything's my favorite, I think. But here's a little icebreaker. I just put it into a pot. I drilled a little bit more drainage holes down in the bottom with a drill bit. This is a slow grower. And I wanted to make sure it's got a ton of perlite in that mixture, and it's mostly bark. Mostly bark that I use for these conifers. And then you may see this one glowing right here. It's glowing with the sun behind it for sure. That's a Chief Joseph. Now, I am in 7B in East Tennessee. This guy doesn't like to live here, I don't think. But a really cool guy at a local nursery. I think the nursery, and he's going to get mad, is Brindley's. If you look up Loy's pool, the nursery is attached to their pool. They build pools, and he likes Japanese maples and plants. So they have a nursery now. If you're in the area, make sure to go by there and give him a look. He's got the best selection of conifers and Japanese maples in the area, and he had one of these. So I had to try it. I mean, look at this thing. Let's go back from it. So Chief Joseph, Pinus contorta maybe, I think. If I was in Oregon, I'd probably have 18 of these, you know. That's where they're from. I think it was found in Oregon, in the mountains. Lodgepole Pine. So definitely not a native here. But we'll see. Sometimes it's fun just to try plants. But out our kitchen window we can see these, and we can see the Bihou there. So instead of seeing some little bitty maples, I decided to move those. Let's see what we got down here. Some more repottings that I did. I don't know what this one is. It feels like a white pine. tag was lost on it, but it would need to be repotted. So potted it on up a little bit, potted this one up. This one is a seedling off of another cultivar, and I cannot recall the name, but the person that this tree came from called it Guatemalan Temple. So it's a white pine. Guatemalan Temple. So you can't find anything about it online. Let's see, move this one out of the way just a little bit. There's another one right there. It's very cool. This is I think this is a Hagoromo, maybe? Yeah, Hagoromo seedling. Very pretty little white pine, Japanese pine. I'll pick it up here so you can see it a little better. Let's put it against this yellow. That's a 1 gallon, but it was ready. This is still a 1 gallon pot. I like these thicker nursery pots better than the flimsy ones, so I just kind of refreshed the soil in it. It could have probably gone up to a 2, but it was close, so I just decided to not do much to it besides just put it in a little bit better pot. And then this one, I think these are all white pines. Yeah, another Pinus parviflora, Arnold Arboretum dwarf. Really cool looking little guy. And it was needing it's gone to a 2 gallon now. It was really needing. It was struggling in the 1 gallon. It was very root bound. And then the last one I'll show you for now, also glowing in the sun. Let me see if I can get some of the sun out of it. There we go. Pinus parviflora Goldilocks. This one probably competes with the Chief Joseph, especially the shape. It's not as yellow, and but I decided to pot this one into a nice pot. It was a 3 gallon, so I put it in a 5 gallon ceramic pot, and it's beautiful. It's you see the yellow tips that it gets, the Goldilocks. So standing back, we'll look at all of them here. And I'm still going to work on that pot there in the middle. But there's some of our conifers that I just recently decided to play around with, because I'm going to be looking at maples, naked maples, for a while. Now, some of those naked maples are nice to look at. Some of them are not. So, but there we go. There's some conifers recently up potted, recently purchased and up potted too. All right, see you later.